Yo people, so welcome back to another YouTube video. So some of you will know I've been in Australia since the end of November, but some of you will not know. So if you're new here, of course, welcome. First and foremost, I went and got a haircut today in the barber, asked for a low fade. Anyway, here's my experience in Australia so far and what I think of it. So the first week or two, Airbnb, a little bit messy, no routine really. And then we went to Melbourne, we went to Early Beach. I've made separate videos on them, so give them a watch after this if you would like. But now I've been actually kind of more settled in Sydney for the past while. And although yes, I'm a full-time online fitness coach, I will be honest and say December was pretty heavy in terms of, you know, social life, going out, etc. But to be honest, if you've been in Australia in December, you will know how hectic it is. And although it consisted of far more alcohol than I would usually consume at home, I had an absolutely unreal time, and I still showed up for work every single day for my clients, doing the check-ins, etc. There was just more going out than usual, but that's okay. It was just a bit of a period that was the case, whatever. So yeah, I'll put some pictures on the screen now actually of, you know, things like Christmas, the races. There was a yacht party that we went to called the Yacht Social. There was New Year's Eve, of course, and I actually did some exploring as well. I went to the Blue Mountains, which was really, really cool. And I also went to, Palm Beach. That was sick as well. So it's been an amazing few weeks. The last few days now have been a lot quieter, a lot more productive. January now is a month of pushing. I would kind of label December as a bit of a pullback. Yes, I was absolutely still focusing on my current clients, but I wasn't focusing on other things as much, like content, marketing, you know, social media, etc. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed myself. Zero regrets whatsoever. I am in my mid-20s at the end of the day, so it is what it is. Lived my life a little bit, and yeah, it was class. So January now is a big month of a lot more routine and work. But I have to say, because I've been in Melbourne as well, and people were telling me Melbourne nightlife is the best. Like, Sydney nightlife is unreal. Pretty much every night out we've had here has been unreal. I'm telling you, like, it's been so good. So that's one thing. If you are coming to Sydney, I mean, I'm sure other places in Australia have great nightlife, but we've had the time of our life here. Every time we go out, it's just like a guaranteed at least 8 out of 10 night, and pretty much no hangovers either. I can only recall once or twice myself being hungover, probably due to the heat, so that's cool too. So yeah, that's definitely exceeded expectations. And also the weather has been pretty much flawless in Sydney anyway. The past month it's been amazing. Like, a few cloudy days there recently, but you don't mind that because, I mean, looking at the weather next week, it's just like sun, and the UV is very high, as probably most of you know. I've met some great people. There are so many cool places to visit. The dating life is a lot better if you do care about that. The fitness scene is pretty good here as well, and as a fitness coach I do care about that. The beaches, the lifestyle, I could go on and on and on. And as I said, I'm a lot more settled now in Sydney, living with 2 Irish guys here in Coogee in Sydney, so really good location. Pretty nice apartment as well. Cooking more, training a lot more, working way more, and, you know, just my routine is so much better now, so I have much more of a grasp on whether I could actually live here or not. And the answer to that is honestly yes. And if you're on the fence about coming to Australia, and you know it's probably a good idea for you, because that was me. Like, I never really truly considered Australia, or even if I did, I was just like, nah, it's too far, I don't think it'll be for me. And then I came, and it just exceeds expectations. So the worst case scenario, you just go back home, you know. And I know people say that flippantly, but it is very true. Yes, it's expensive for a flight, but if you're in your 20s, why not at least try it? There is so much opportunity here as well, and it also just feels like an extremely safe place, despite, I know, the absolute tragedy that happened in Bondi recently, which was of course terrible. But it really does feel like somewhere that you could call home long term. I wasn't entirely sure what to expect before I came here, but I've been very pleasantly surprised. And, you know, I did know a couple of people coming here, which has made life a little bit easier because, you know, I'm a bit introverted, whatever. But if you don't really know anyone here and that's something that's stopping you from coming, just please don't have that mindset. Don't really wait for other people to join you, because it might never happen, and in a few years you might very well regret it. Just dive straight in, and as I said, worst case scenario, you go home. And I know that's easy for me to say now because I've met so many people at this stage, but the mad thing for me is, you know, if I didn't book that flight extremely spontaneously as well in November, I think it was 4 weeks before I left, then I wouldn't have had any of these memories. I find that mental, personally. If I just stayed in Cork, in Ireland, I wouldn't have lived any of these memories that I've lived and met all the people that I've met. There must be a name for that concept, by the way, but yeah, I find it crazy. By the way, regarding prices, so many people told me, oh, the cost of living is absolutely crazy. I don't think it is that bad in comparison to Ireland. I actually think if you weighed everything up, Ireland, in my opinion, would probably be that bit more expensive. Like, accommodation here in Australia is not easy to find. So far I've been lucky. Hopefully that continues. But yeah, I do think Ireland is honestly a bit more expensive overall. At least I don't think Australia would be anything major above Ireland in terms of prices. But yeah, I think that's a good thing. That's another positive. I guess if I had to choose one negative, it's the fact that I have to do 3 months regional work if I want to stay on past the first year, because of course I'm on the working holiday visa right now. So I have a 1-year visa, and if you want to stay, you know, as an Irish person, if you come here, if you want to stay past a year, you just need to do 3 months of regional work within that year. But that would look like something along the lines of farm work or hospitality, tourism, construction. Like, it's a tough one for me to decide, because if I could have it my own way, I would choose to work in a gym. I don't think that's possible, because of course I'm an online fitness coach who has my own business. So doing that might take away from my ability or my energy to put into the coaching, which, you know, it's a bit of a negative, but it's something I'm going to figure out. And, you know, I do see myself living here, so it's a genuine possibility. It's just, if I do that, I'm going to really have to decide how I'm going to manage those 2 jobs, because of course my priority is always going to be the coaching. But look, I'll figure that out. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. If you have any more questions about Australia, drop them in the comments and I will answer them for you. This video was a little bit all over the place, but hopefully it gave you a bit of an insight. Really appreciate you watching. If you can like and subscribe, that would really help my small channel out. Really enjoying making these videos on a weekly basis. Chat to you in the next one. Legends.